Noam Chomsky. Is language an innate human faculty? Noam Chomsky is an American linguist and political theorist born in 1928. His 1957 book, Syntactic Structures, revolutionized linguistics by proposing that the capacity for language is an innate human faculty. He shifted the focus from describing specific languages to uncovering universal principles underlying all human speech. Beyond his scientific work, Chomsky is world-renowned for his radical critiques of American foreign policy and corporate power, notably in manufacturing consent. He has spent his career at MIT, becoming one of the most cited scholars in history. His dual career reflects a commitment to exploring the structures of human thought and systems of power. The speed with which children acquire language cannot be explained by simple imitation. This led to the hypothesis of universal grammar, an innate biological blueprint for language. This mental organ contains basic rules common to all human languages. Children do not learn the fundamental structure from scratch, they simply need exposure to data to set the switches for their specific environment. This concept shifted language study from the social sciences to cognitive psychology and biology, suggesting the mind is not a blank slate but pre-wired with structures that enable and constrain thought. By searching for these universal principles, we uncover the shared biological heritage of humanity. Universal grammar provides the foundation for our creative use of language, allowing us to produce and understand an infinite number of sentences we have never heard before. To study language scientifically, we must distinguish between underlying knowledge and actual use. Linguistic competence refers to the internalized system of rules that allows an ideal speaker-listener to understand an infinite range of sentences, the abstract knowledge of the language system. On the other hand, performance is the actual use of language in concrete situations, often flawed by stumbles or memory lapses. Chomsky argued that linguistics should focus on competence because performance is too influenced by non-linguistic factors to provide a clear picture of the mind's capabilities. This distinction allows researchers to build formal models of the mental structures that make communication possible, emphasizing that our mental capacity for language is far more sophisticated than our everyday speech might suggest. The sentences we speak often have a surface structure that can be deceptive. To explain how different sentences can mean the same thing, Chomsky's early influential models utilized the concept of deep structure and underlying syntactic level that determines the core meaning of a sentence before it is transformed into its surface form. Through a series of transformations, the mind converts these deep structures into the sentences we actually utter. This theory of transformational generative grammar reveals that language is a hierarchical system of relationships. This insight was revolutionary because it explained the underlying unity of human languages while accounting for their diversity. It suggests that while sounds and words vary, the logical engine that generates them follows universal principles. Understanding the relationship between deep and surface structures helps us appreciate the hidden complexity of our most basic human ability and the architecture of the human mind. Chomsky's impact on the intellectual landscape is unparalleled.
In linguistics, the Chomskyan revolution shifted the field toward a cognitive and biological perspective, giving birth to modern biolinguistics. His work was a catalyst for the cognitive revolution in psychology, moving away from behaviorism toward internal mental processes. Beyond academia, his political writings have influenced generations of activists, providing a framework for analyzing how media and government shape public opinion.
While some of his specific linguistic theories have been modified, the central idea of an innate, creative linguistic capacity remains a cornerstone of cognitive science. A fierce defender of reason and freedom, Chomsky remains a towering figure whose work continues to shape our understanding of what it means to be human.